Hey everybody, Shane back with you from Guitar at Work. Welcome back. This is Neil Young's Old Man, an absolute classic. You really need to know this song for sure. We'll go through every little bitty embellishment and get all the fancy bits, but also I'll encourage you to play it just as a straight, easy chord song as well and build those embellishments in as you are able, okay? You don't have to swallow this whole thing in one shot. You add things along the way, then at least you've got the song going and you can sing and play to it while you're adding the big stuff. But we'll go through and do every little bit for sure. We've got intro bits, you've heard it, one. Intro, you've got this cool basic chords. If I went say verse, using the BeatBuddy to keep us together. I'll do that with the beat, 2 and a 3 and a 4. Say it's going on 1. All that stuff is based on really normal chords, and there are just little embellishments in there, and they're great to throw them in, and you can use them in other songs as well. They're not just, you know, you're going to hear similar things in other songs as well. So let's do this song top to bottom. It's so great to be back. Thanks for subscribing. The comments have meant the world. Thumbs up have meant the world here for sure. It's huge in YouTube land. So again, hit that subscribe button. It'll let you in the bell notification thing. It'll let you know when new videos have come out. And I'll send you, as always, to patreon.com/guitaratwork. There are 2 song sheets for this one, and there are 2 detail pages as well. I think you really want the sheets for this. There's a lot of information on that. Patreon.com/guitaratwork. There are dozens and dozens of songs up there. I've lost track. And you can grab them, and we can do a lot of the play-alongs that we do together with those. So grab them. Patreon doesn't have to be a lifelong experience. Lots of options there for sure. Join us, as many have. And also, I'm using the BeatBuddy from Singular Sound, my favorite machine in the world. And it's plugged into the Aeros Looper, which we won't need today, but we'll definitely use that the what do you call it? The BeatBuddy. It's fantastic. And thanks for sending me messages and questions about that. So if you've got your sheets in front of you, I'm going to grab. There's always questions. There's always questions about the right hand in this one and a lot of other songs too. And as so often is the case, I'm just going to sit. I'll show you this chord in a second, but I'm just going to sit on this opening chord and I'm going to go down, up, down, up, down, counting it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and just gently like that. Then I'm going to pull off and hammer on my first finger. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be as easy as that, okay? It can be. Now we want to add a little more detail. Now, Neil Young, very quirky and original guitar player, doing really cool things with his fingers and stuff. So it's tough to do exactly what he's doing, but we can definitely get very close. I'm going to take that here, the shape itself, and I'll run the shapes in the song. You'll see them on your sheet. You got a D chord. I'm going to take that D chord. I'm going to move it up 1, 2, 3 frets. D chord, move it up 3 frets. Then I'm going to remove my middle finger, second finger, so the thinnest string has no finger on it. Let me do that again. Here's a D. Going to drag it up 1, 2, 3 frets, and then get rid of my middle finger. Doink, he's gone. And it gives you, there's 2 X's in that chord. Try not to hit the low string or the A string. So you got 4 strings you can hit on this guy, and it sounds, got that beautiful dissonance to it, right? Like that. That's his chord that he's starting with. On their details page, I'm looking at the intro on the details page, and what he's doing there. I've written out the beat numbers. You're going to see the down ups and the beat numbers in there. So on beat 2 in the first bar, he does the hammer on. Now what's the hammer? I'm going to take my first finger off of there, first finger off, give it a little strum, and then slam that guy back on. That's called a hammer on. Now if yours is not as loud as you want it to be, you got to be pretty sure-footed to get it to sound like that. Make sure you keep the pressure on. You may have to work on your aim as well. That'll serve you well for many things. So again. So if I get the motor running, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. On beat 2, I'm going to put that hammer in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So literally just take it off and hammer it back on. The next 2 bars on the same chord, he does it on beat 1. Okay, so it's this easy. It's beat 2, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So beat 2, beat 1, beat 1, and you can count it just like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now when you do the hammer, although the right hand keeps going down up like that, when you do the hammer, you do the upstroke motion, but you don't hit the strings in favor of getting that hammer. It just makes it a more slurry sound and maybe smoother, less percussive in that area. So if that, we've got, let me just play an intro for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. strum there. Here it is, top again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your intro bit. Now there's a when you're feeling good about it, you don't want to pile too much of your right on you right away. But when you're feeling good about it, a little palm mute helps. That's what he's doing there. I'm going to rest the I'll call the heel of my hand right there. I'm going to rest it on the strings ever so gently. So instead of this open sound, I get this muted sound. Slightly thuddy, slightly percussive, and just don't overdo it. If you're pressing hard, you're not going to get any notes. So you have to decide how much note do you want to let out of the back, kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now the second part of that chorus, D, and you're going to see that written in there on the second line of the chorusy bit. You get 1 hammer. Okay, 1 and hammer. Middle finger's going to come off of there. 1 hammer, like that. And again, if yours is not as loud as you want it to be, there's two things that can happen, at least two things. You might be missing, you might not be putting enough pressure, but also when you do the hammer, maybe your ring finger is moving like that, just, sympathetically, and it's choking out that string. That happens all the time. So nice and clean. I keep my thumb nice and down like that when I know I need that middle finger or that high E string to shine like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is on B2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in the next bar, last bar of this, I'm going to go pinky on and pull off. Like that. Pinky on and pull off. Pinky on, pull off to the middle finger, and the last bit is to take that middle finger off. So the whole thing is this 1. And this guy, down, up, never stops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so that, you probably really need to stop tape there if you're doing all the embellishments and try to get that under your belt. But remember, if that's over your head, if you feel that's too much, when we do the play along together, you can just do this. Literally sit on the chord. 1, 2, 3. Don't do any of the fancy stuff until you're ready. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just keep time like that. That's an important skill as you're adding the embellishments, okay? Because they're starting to pile up already, and we're only at the intro. So I'm going to play 2 intros back to back. Join me if you can. Okay, here it is 3 and 4 and 1. 2, 4, up. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Vocal comes in at that point. Okay. Vocal comes in at that point, and he does the hammer on beat 3. Every time he's in the vocals, he's going, old man, look at my life, I'm a lot. Now you can go by the words like that. I never like to suggest that because singers can change the way they phrase things. If you're playing with somebody else and they don't sing it exactly like him, maybe it's going to throw you off. It shouldn't. So it's good to know that it's beat 3, but we don't want you clinging to counting. There's a lot of great videos already made about this. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in the ring, and you'll get people saying, hey, you just have to be able to feel that. You just have to feel it. Well, you'll learn how to feel it maybe for the first few things that you learn, having to count it and being fairly scientific about it until you can take the training wheels off and just go. So I would disagree with the approach where you just have to feel it, like you grab a guitar and all of a sudden you can feel it. There are people like that for sure, but a lot of us mere mortals have to count, get used to counting until you don't have to count anymore, or at least the counting becomes almost subconscious or subliminal, I guess would be the word. So watch out for that, okay? So if you're feeling overwhelmed already, just strum basic chords. Stick with me to the end here. And he's going to come, the vocals in, and he's going 1. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Same as the intro. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like. Now this instrumental bit right here, you were. Let me play it through 3 and 4 and sure to read it because you never play it the same way twice or the same way once, whatever that would mean. And Neil's the same. Like he'll change, if you watch live versions of it, he'll change the little the location of the hammers, like in terms of timing. But if we all agree that we'll do the original recording, and then if you want to, hey, sometimes these embellishments don't happen on purpose either. Sometimes you're struggling and hey, but it still sounded good if you did the hammer on a different beat. Hey, nobody's going to throw fruit at you, right? So let's get now, first of all, if you're just doing a basic strum on this guy, I'm at the end of the second line of the lyrics. Old man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you were. Grab those sheets, you'll know where I am. So if you're just doing basic strum, do this pattern. I'm going to go, and it follows the bass note. Listen to the pattern here. Bass, bass, down. Bass, bass, down. So if I go bass, bass, chicka, chicka, bass, bass, chicka, chicka, bass, bass, chicka, chicka. That's a D, F coming, C, C, G, D, F, C, F. Yeah, that's what we're going to want to do when he's singing. When you're singing the main verse, you don't want to be putting all those embellishments in as kind of steps on the singer. But we're at the end, we're in that little instrumental bit after the second line of lyrics. So that would be the basic way to play it. But here's the tricky part, or the embellishment bit. You're going to see verse. On your detail page 1 of your detail sheet, you'll see verse listed. On a D chord, I'm going to go down, down, up, hammer, down. Okay, that's your D bar. I'll go through these quickly because I know you can rewind it. So down, down, up, hammer, down, up. On the F, it's going to be down, up. Now the zero means open. Open like that. I'm going to go back to the D. Sorry guys, I'm going to D, hammer. The hammer is the open G string. You're taking your first finger up. Just like that. Here's your F coming. Down, up. Off comes the middle finger. That's the 0 you're seeing there in your tab. So again, top of the F bar. Now I've written them out as individual notes, okay? So it doesn't get too crowded on the sheet. It gets all cluttery looking, more so than it already is, because it already is pretty busy. I'm seeing F, then the 0 on the G string. That would imply there's just that note you're playing, so you're getting, sounds a little thin. No, that's the note of consequence. That's the sort of the active ingredient in the idea. And then if you open up your strum a little bit, okay, I get it. So we isolate that note as we're learning to do the hammer, and then in real time, you just open things up. You might strum 3 strings instead of just the 1. So it's listed as one single note that's being monkeyed around with, but remember you're including it in a strum to fatten it up, okay? C, the third bar in the verse section here, or that little bit, is going to go C. This is the busy one. One downstroke. You'll see a D written, that means down. Hammer 0, 2. That's on a D string. Again, that was down, hammer. Now the middle finger is going to the G string, hammering on the 2nd fret of the G. Again, top of that C bar, down, hammer. Now hammer again on the G string, and then back off, and back to the 2nd fret of that D. So that would be this slowly. Again. Those are the individual notes. Again, C. Okay, again. Again. And now I'm going to fatten it up. Now just by including maybe a couple or 3 more strings in there just to get a bit more impact. Now that continues into the next bar. You're seeing the C again. Now the open G and the D string at the 2nd fret. He's already there. And open D and to a G. Okay, bars 3 and 4 of that versey bit here. Here's a C. That's a lot. So here's the first 4 bars of that versey bit. 3, 4, D. Remember, if you're struggling with that, you're also just going D, F, C. And while you're working on it, then at least you can play the song. I'll keep saying that because it can be, I know it can be a little disheartening if like, oh my God, there's like so much going on. The next line, D again. 1, hammer, down, up, down. That's your D. Here's your F coming. C. Easier, this one, F. Good, so if you are working on the embellishments like this, I'd encourage you to stop tape there and peck away at that. Get good at reading it, and eventually memorize it. You don't want to have to stare at the sheet too long. I'm going to do that twice through, and I'll stop and we'll take a little breath. So here comes your D in that versey bit. It's actually instrumental, but here's 3 and a 4, D and a... time. Here's a D coming, 3 and a 4 and a. There we go. Again, stop tape there. Get through that. Very, it's fun to play like that for sure. And then now we're actually in a verse proper at that point where he's, oh man, look at my life, 24, and there's so much more. There we just default to a, hope that's okay. We just default to a regular strumming pattern, meaning bass, chicka, chicka, bass, chicka, chicka. So I'm gonna go, follow me here on the D3 and a 4 and a D, bass, chicka. Oh man, F, look at my life, C, 24, G, so much more. D, live alone, F, paradise, C, makes me think, F2, D, love lost, F, such a cost, C, give me things, G, won't get lost, D, like a coin, C, that won't get tossed, F, rolling home, G to you. Okay, so here comes the walk-up. The walk-up, you'd include it. If you're working on the tricky stuff, the walk-up is on page 2 of your detail sheet. We're just about to hit the chorus, and it's just that little 4-note run. 3rd fret on that low E, then open A, 2nd fret on the A, 3rd fret of the A, and then open D. And in time, that's it again. And that D you play at the end, this guy, that's beat 1 of the chorus part. I want to pay special attention to the rhythm in the chorus with you. You only do the walk-up. The chorus repeats many times, like 4. You can do that figure 4 times. You only do the walk-up the first time in, okay? You repeat it from after the walk-up after that. You're going to see beat numbers written in there. It says instrumental, INST, at the beginning of the chorus. You can see D, 2, 3, 4, and then it's, those are the beat numbers. So here, if I go D, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the A minor 7 is just an A minor minus your ring finger in this case. And you'll see 3 beats written there. 1, 2, 3, then E minor 7. The E minor 7 he's playing is that guy there. You'll see a picture of him on your sheets. There you go, E minor 7. Now there's a noodle in there. I'm going to do this. D, 2, 4, 1, 2. Now A minor 7. See that written? Add the pinky. So A minor 7, pinky on. And then to E minor 7. Yeah, now that E minor 7 comes in on beat 4. It's called, you're pushing it, you're coming in early. So let's do the whole thing. It's going with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2. Again, 2, 3, 4. I forgot there's a little noodle on the D as well. So after the walk up, 1, 2. That's what it is there. So 3 and a 4 D. What was that? D, hammer in the middle, pinky on, pinky off. Again, 3. Your beat numbers are written there for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's A minor 7, pinky on, and to the E minor 7. And again, 3, 4, 1. The very last, that punch on the G, what beat is that on? If I'm so smart. 1 and 2 and 3. So on the and of 3. And of 3. So I'll play it from the top of the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1 and I blew it. I think. There it is. I'm going to do that 4 times. Okay, play along with me. I'll slow it down a little bit and try to get those noodles in. You might miss the G. People usually, usually a little bit late or maybe a bit early and trying to anticipate that. I'll play. Let me do it 4 times through. Play along. Here's a D. 3, 4, and A minor 7. Go D. Repeat. go. And guess what? There's only an outro left, which is the same as the intro. It's just there's a few more hammers. He doubles it up, okay? I'm not afraid of that at all. So get this. Let's do a play along. And now here's the thing. If you're not up to doing the embellishments, remember, you just play the regular chords and just keep this pattern. Just like that. And that's fair ball. If you're in a jam session and somebody else is doing all the noodles, you don't have all these noodles, like all the fancy stuff. You don't have to do it. Somebody else has got it covered, right? And sometimes if you have too many people doing all the noodles, they get all crisscrossy and out of sync. And so somebody should, whoops, throw my pick on the floor. Somebody should be laying it down. And that can be you if you're while you're working on those embellishments, okay? So don't let it overwhelm you. I'm going to do it now. It's fairly slow. I'm using the BeatBuddy. I'm going at 70 beats per minute. Just a couple of ways you can count this. 70 beats a minute, or you can think of it as double. Now, how do I know what pattern to choose on the BeatBuddy? If you go to the Singular Sound website, you're going to go pull down the BeatBuddy menu, as you'll see, and type in Old Man, and sure enough, song matching tool, and it shows up. There's two versions of it. They have the actual song with all the drum fills and everything, which is perfect. That's in the premium library. You have to buy that extra, but comes preloaded with one that absolutely does the trick, and that is, as you see there, Pop 12. Pop in the pop menu, and then the 12th pattern in that. And that's what I'm using here at 140 beats a minute, down to 70 beats a minute. There's a couple of ways to count. Okay, 70 beats a minute. Let me just put it that way, and you'll see that discrepancy on the website there. All good. It comes preloaded. You're all set. Now, I didn't use the premium one because I'm stopping and starting so much. I didn't want all that going on. Hey, so let's do our play along together. Remember, do what you can. Just do what you can. And I'll start and stop the drums and everything. And I'll just try to talk through the lyrics and try to scream out what section we're in as we're going. I'll miss some for sure, but let me count you in. One, I'm going to the intro. So I'm going to that. I'm going to D chord. I'm going to drag it up 3 frets. Get rid of that middle. There's your D minor 9. There's other things you could call that chord, but that makes the most sense to me anyway. 2, 3, wait, grab those sheets from patreon.com/guitar at work, and the BeatBuddy, Singular Sound, you'll see links toward the bottom, or links in the description below. It's just fabulous. It's way more fun than a metronome. I highly encourage you to get a BeatBuddy from Singular Sound. They're fantastic. If you use the promo code GAW10, you get 10% off and you help to support the channel. Greatly appreciate it. Grab those sheets and many, many more at patreon.com/guitar at work. And that's it for commercials. Okay, here's it. What's the tempo on? 2, 3, 4. Intro. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. 1, 2. Vocal in. Vocal in. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Old man, look at my life. Here we go. Yep, like you. Verse. Regular strum. F. C24 and so much more. D. Live alone in a paradise. C that makes me think too. D. Love lost. F. Such a cost. C. Give me things. G. That won't get lost. D. Like a coin that won't get tossed. F. Rolling home to you. Now here's your walk up. Here we go. Instrumental. A minor. Chorus, old man, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, look in my eyes, A minor, tell that's true. Now here we go, instrument. Verse. D. Lullabies. Look at this regular strum. Run around. G. The same old town. Doesn't mean F that much to me. Mean that much to you. D. I've been F. First and last. C. Look at how G. The time goes fast. D. all alone, rolling home to you. Walk up, chorus. Bang. Second page, chorus. I'm a lot like you. G, D. G, go. Now. That's your outro. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Last one. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you. There we go. I didn't talk to you too much about the intro. Anyway, I hope you got through that okay. I didn't talk to you very much about the intro, about the outro there, but I'll just say that it's really, it doubles up the hammers a little bit there. And again, if you don't put every hammer in the same place he does, it doesn't matter, because you know he changes it here and there as well. So, so that's the run through, and I hope you'll take that in stride, and don't wait till you've got all the embellishments nailed to play along like that. You should be able to play along just as we just did, playing the basic chords. Let me play the embellishments while you play the basic chords, and gradually maybe you learn an embellishment here and there and you start throwing it in, naturally throwing it in, because you own it, right? Rather than treating this piece like it's some epic work. It's really not. These are pretty normal ideas on normal garden variety chords strung together. So I hope you'll keep your wits about you. Play along, play along, play along. What I notice is a lot of us are not playing with other people a lot, right? So we're doing YouTube stuff and all that, which is really great, really helpful. But the skill of playing along and messing up and recovery skills and the give and take that is playing with other people is a very, very important skill to learn. And I think there's only one way to learn it, and that's to jump in and do it. So hey, thank you for coming back, and a big thank you to Singular Sound for the BeatBuddy and the Aeros Looper. They're just fantastic. They work together beautifully. There's links in the description, as I said. Thank you for the thumbs up. It meant the world here. Please subscribe, and it'll hit that bell button. It'll let you know when when new videos come out. And I'd love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. Ask me questions. Head to patreon.com/guitarwork. Grab all these sheets. They're really going to help. And keep me posted. Let me know how you're doing, okay? Talk to you soon.